Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. This VOD review is of an Immortal 1 Jett playing here on Breeze, and what's awesome about this is about deranking. So this Jett has gone from 160 RR, so very nicely into Immortal, down to Diamond 3. And I want to talk about deranking, why you derank, sort of some of the reasons that it can happen, and then some of the possible solutions. So if that sounds good to you, stick around for more, and make sure to subscribe. So many new people watching these videos. If you guys want to get better at Valorant, you're in the right spot. Remember, as always, leave a like on the video and comment what type of VOD you want to see next. And remember, you guys can submit your VODs in my Discord. With all that being said, let's get to the VOD review. And remember, these VODs are reviewed on the 5-star basis, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Looking here at the aim, a little bit shaky there. I would have liked to have seen a headshot, honestly, from that. Let's see, playing time a little bit. Probably... You know, I don't hate that play. Someone probably did have to peek through that after there was a tap. So on that round, you are able to pick up that kill on the Sova. Let's just go 3 stars there. Maybe I didn't hear you communicate, right? Communication is so important in Immortal. So that's something I'm paying attention to already. And let's continue forward here. All right, so moving into round 2. What makes a good Jett? You guys know it. I love watching Jett VOD reviews. Probably the most reviewed agent I've done, and it's just because it's such an interesting agent. And honestly, you know, rip Jett with the nerfs that are happening in some ways. We'll see what happens, but it's so important to take space and be aggressive early. Right here, what do we see? The initial kill on the round, immediately taking space, dashing into a smoke. 5 stars. 5 stars already. Let's see if you can end the round with 5 stars. But that is exactly what you want. You want that early aggression. You want the Jett to create space and allow the team to play off of you. Hopefully the team was ready for that dash. One thing that's really important to do is whenever you are playing Jett, make sure you're communicating all of your dashes with your teammates, particularly when you're going into a site. When you're entering, okay, I don't know what I'm watching there. But when you're entering a site, guys, as Jett, super important to communicate. And a very nice round. That's absolutely 5 stars. That opening to that round is exactly what I want to see from Jetts. I mean, that was beautiful. All right, guys. So we're in round 3 now, and we're going to be talking about deranking. So one of the reasons you might be deranking is a very simple one, and it's from burnout / overplaying. If you guys are grinding Valorant too hard, what can happen is towards the end of your play sessions, your brain just gets fried and it starts to deteriorate, and you start making really dumb plays. And I promise you this can happen because it's happened to me before, and it's something that I have done a lot of work for myself to try to fix and to make sure it doesn't happen. I still want to play for long hours, but I have to come up with solutions for it. One great way to do it, just take breaks in between, right? If you're looking to play 20 games in a day, go for it, right? I mean, is that even possible? It probably is, but you got to take breaks in between. One of the most important things to do, get up, walk around, get some water. You guys cannot sit here all day grinding, because if you start losing, and you start losing, you know, you gotta refresh. You gotta take a breather. Trust me, it helps so much with your mental. That is the first reason. We'll go over some more throughout the rest of the video. But in this round, this is the bonus round. You guys know I talk about bonus rounds so much, and if you've been watching VCT, you know how important they are with these pros and how important winning the bonuses can be to winning a game. But looking here, I'm not quite sure why you have the spike in this round. The only reason that I could think of giving the spike to a Duelist is if I want that Duelist to get my ultimate. This is something you guys can do in your games, is you can try to get your spike over to someone who's close to an ult. Otherwise, you guys know me, I prefer my spike to be on agents that are most likely going to be sentinels or possibly, you know, like initiators or something like that. All right, round 4. So we do win the bonus round there, which is really nice. Gonna pick up an operator here, so let's see what the op play is. Oh, beautiful. So what do we see right there? Early aggression, taking the angle, taking the fight. Remember, if you have an op on Jett with Jett's current patch, you are shooting and you're dashing, right? And he does it beautifully there. A really nice kill. But what happens here? Jumps up top. That close left angle wasn't fully clear. He ends up dying. Let's go back really quick. Let's just take another look at this. Yeah. And it's just one of those things, right? You know, you have to look at the map, right? Having map awareness is super important. And what we knew from that round is because of that Viper wall, that close left angle behind the box and sort of up that ramp from mid doors wasn't fully clear. So you got to be paying attention to that. You got to have more awareness there, but I'm not going to hold you too accountable. I'm going to go with 4 stars on that round. And starting round 5, let's take a look. Going to be moving into B. Looking in through B main here. Let's see what the play is. Okay, so Viper. Gonna throw down her smoke. A lot of decay going on here, so we got to be careful. Yeah, you're two-shot. I mean, yeah, I mean, oh man, I don't love that play at all. I don't love that play at all. What do you do right here? You take, you know, you take map control, which, as I said, very important as a duelist, as a Jett. You want to take that map control. You want to deny vision, create pressure. But if we go back to this, you dash in, you're through your smoke. Look where you're looking. Left, right, back. You don't have a clear vision, and the spot where you end up was visible to every part of B site. So unfortunately, I like the idea, but the execution was poor. 2 stars in that round. All right, round 6 starting here. Ooh, great starting kill. Take a look at that crosshair placement. Let's go back one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. You guys see that crosshair placement? That's what I'm talking about. Look how easy that kill was for him. He didn't have to really adjust his mouse, just had to click the button. Super, super simple. And it goes to show you how important good crosshair placement is. Now, spike down 5v4, 0 chance you guys lose this, I am sure. Chamber, gonna find a nice headshot onto your chamber, so a bit of a chamber diff there, but your KO is gonna follow that up. I move that kill onto Reyna. So 4v3 here. What do we do, guys? You guys know the answer. Trade kills. You gotta trade kills here. This is an easy round to win. Looks like Reyna's in a really nice position actually to get some flanking kills, but bit of a timing misplay there. Reyna able to finish around with 3 kills regardless. I'm not going to necessarily blame you for that death, but the positioning you had with the vision denial on the Reyna wasn't great because the Reyna couldn't truly support you from that position. That's why you're able to get killed there, and the trade came later. So technically speaking, that wasn't actually great positioning. You do start the round off nicely, so I'll go 3 stars. And round 7 starting off here. This game has been super one-sided so far. Let's see if it can continue. Going up 6-0 on Breeze. That, my friends, is a good first half so far. Let's see what is to come. So, another thing I want to talk about with deranking, right? Why do people derank in games? Well, another reason is that you are playing too forced. So what does this mean? If you're the type of player who tilts really easily, right? Tilting is obviously a reason why people can go on deranking and losing sprees, from not just tilting themselves, but also tilting teammates. So that's something really important to understand. Nice headshot there, by the way, from our Jett here. But the other thing I want to say is if you are someone who feels the need to make plays for your team to win, if you feel like you have to carry games, if you start forcing plays, this is the key. Forcing plays, never a good thing. If you find yourself game after game forcing plays, you're like, oh, I have to make this play. I have to make this kind of dumb push here that is very high risk, but also very high reward, and things just aren't working out, and you're losing games, and you still have that mindset. You have to stop yourself and think, is this worth it? Because what ends up happening is it's a vicious cycle, right? You lose games, you feel like, oh, I have to make plays. You try to make plays, you lose more games, and you keep doing that over and over and over and over. And that, my friends, is how you go on those big loss streaks and you start deranking. In this round here, gonna find that kill, but you know, not too much else positive going on there. We'll go 3 stars in the round. Not too much happening so far in this first half. The big takeaway so far for me has been some really nice job at taking and creating space, which is awesome to see on a Jett. All right, started the 8th round here, and I am super interested in seeing what happens with the Jett changes. Obviously, with Dash being changed the way it is, it's going to be super interesting to see how the role of Jett changes, if she can still maintain that status as the primary opper, or what's going to happen there. I think that it is a necessary change, though. If you had to ask me, I hate to choose sides here, but I do feel like it's necessary. Right here, take a look at that Dash, right? Look at this. Spotted, instantly repositions to safety. Now, this is the correct thing to do, right? But you're not going to do that anymore soon, so you're going to have to find some new positioning. Now, with that being said, this round is 3-3, or, you know, 3v3, I should say. Good kill by the Reyna there, and a really nice adjustment. Let's take another look at this shot here. This is really something to behold. Oh, man, just a great, essentially just a great reaction time on that, right? Just being able to readjust, you know, you're literally jumping in the air. Good flick, good mouse, good aim control. Really, really nice kill there. We'll go 4 stars on that round. All right, guys, this game has been an absolute disaster for the defense, but perhaps they're going to turn it around here. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens as we move forward. We're going to be pushing through the smoke here. Nice kill onto the Viper through the smoke. Circling through backside here. And nice job overall. Now, I don't think you should be jumping around there with the knife out. Remember, have someone push through that wall, which maybe they do. I mean, and you have knife out, you're not going to feel too good about it. It's a very simple thing, but it's still worth mentioning. You know, just be careful when you have those knives out. All right, 2 players go down here. No trades. This is actually looking very doable now for the defense. Your Viper's going to take an early kill. You're going to smoke off main. It doesn't look like a good smoke, though. Let's see what the play is here. All right, your team is going to finish that round up pretty nicely. So, good job overall. Like I said, no reason to be dancing around on site with a knife out. But regardless, I'll just go 3 stars on that round. You didn't really have too much to do there. All right, guys, this game is not looking good for the defense. And a nice kill again. Again, let's check out the crosshair placement, right? Look at this crosshair placement. Ready? Turns the corner, does not move his mouse. Ladies and gentlemen, if that isn't one of the best examples I can give you, I can't tell you. Look at this play as well. I love this type of aggression too. It essentially secures that kill on Reyna no matter what. Let's go back and watch that one more time. Reyna does a great job picking up 2 kills. Immediately dash into her. Make sure there's no way she gets a free escape behind triangle. Then you're going to continue moving forward. Take a fight with a Viper who's not able to, who doesn't see you, and get the kill as well. Now, finally, you're going to go down here to the Sova. Again, really nice adjustment there on the headshot. You'll notice he goes for a burst, doesn't go for a spray. Right here, not a lot of ammo though. Maybe a little bit too confident. Sova picking up a nice 3K to win that round, but a great round from you. And my friend, you have earned another 5-star round. That was a good round for sure. Great aggression, great follow-up on the kills, great crosshair placement. All right, so starting round 11 off here, the enemy chamber is going to pick up a quick kill with his ult, following up with a second, and you are immediately all going to die. Oh my gosh. So, ladies and gentlemen, what have we just learned? Do not continue to challenge the chamber who has just killed every single one of your friends. 1 star on that round. We just got to use our brains. Got to turn our brains on in that round. All right, guys. And the next thing I want to talk about with deranking. Why do people derank in games? It essentially comes down to something very simple. If you are finding yourself playing agents that you are not comfortable on, there's a good chance you're going to lose those games. Now, what does this mean? If, for example, a team needs a smoke and you're comfortable playing Omen, but your team tells you, hey, you need to play Brimstone. You play Brimstone. You're not really sure how to use any of his other abilities. You're maybe not great with using his smokes, getting them down to land properly. You're putting cracks and stuff, but you're so much better on Omen. Guess what? You should have just played Omen. Very, very important for everyone to understand that you need to play what you're comfortable on rather than the meta agents. You guys are not professionals. Okay, you need to play what you're comfortable on. That will give you the best chance of winning games. Now, in that last round, not too much there. Does get the kill in the chamber. I'll go 3 stars, and let's check out this second half. After an absolute stomp in the first couple rounds, first 9 rounds or so, I think that was, you guys did end up losing the last 3 there. So, still some things to work on, absolutely. But overall, what I've really enjoyed from watching this VOD and what I hope everyone else is taking away is creating space with Jett and how valuable it is. I mean, our friend here has been going in hard. And yes, it doesn't always look pretty, but for the most part, it's been really, really good, very beneficial. There's been good kills following it or good kills starting it, and he's playing his role properly. Guys, this is the role of a duelist. This is what I want all of my duelists to play, and he's showcasing why he was in Immortal. Now, of course, he is deranked, and I have talked about some of the reasons you might be deranking, from things such as just, you know, straight up tilting to playing the game too much and actually burning out, or finding yourself making too many forced plays, right? But let's also talk about ways that we can fix that and correct that. Now, in this round, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, this, my friends, is an aim diff. So we're gonna walk around the corner with the Ghost. Obviously, Frenzy versus Ghost. You're gonna go for, you know, maybe more body shots to the Frenzy. Like I said, I think the Frenzy makes people lazy, so they're just gonna kind of spray you down with a headshot. I mean, first death, not too great for the team, but obviously it happens. It's pistol round. I'll go 2 stars there. Now, your team was able to pick up that round, putting you guys up 10-3. This game could be over quickly, or could it? Interesting foreshadowing there. Now, let's talk about ways to avoid going on these huge deranking sprees. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to say something that you might think is stupid. And maybe I think it's stupid in some ways as well, but limit the amount of games you play. Okay? This is very important. If you are somebody who has an infinite amount of time to play the game, you know, you might want to grind, right? But at the same time, I really think it's important to play in sessions, okay? This is the key. If you play the game in sessions and you take breaks in between, I think it can really help you mentally reset and kind of rest and and those breaks allow you to kind of re-energize yourself. I think, like I was saying, when I was talking about overplaying, the solution to that is just to take breaks and to chill out and not play all day every day, because like I said, you start doing stupid things, right? Your brain stops working. So the very simple thing I have, one of the easiest solutions, and something I tell a lot of people I've coached as well, you know, play in sessions. Play like 3 hours here, take an hour off, come back later. This round, I think we do pick up a kill there. I mean, we'll go 3 stars in that round now. Obviously, enemy team able to win that, so that's a huge round for them to start building some momentum. Let's see what happens moving forward. I was just listening to the comms from team. Actually, pretty good comms from this team. That's what I like to hear, man. You know, obviously, I watch a lot of lower ranked VODs, and sometimes in those VODs, the teams are very quiet. But so far, this team has actually been very talkative. Now, obviously, it helps when you're winning. All right, right there, that is a good dash, getting away from that immediate danger. Only with a classic here, though, so it's going to be hard to pick much up, to get much value. And just going to go down there to the chamber, walking through. Nice shots from him, honestly. Not too much you're going to do in that round. Obviously, when you guys are on a full eco, do not expect to win. You cannot tilt from those rounds. Do not get angry. Take what you can get. Any damage you do, any kill you get, any gun you take away from them, that is a positive from those rounds. So 3 stars there. Let's keep moving. Round 16. So obviously we are, I believe we just saw the scoreboard there, 12 and 12. So through 15 rounds, we have 12 kills. That's not amazing. First and foremost, when you look at Duelist and you think about their impact, generally speaking, you want your Duelist to get at, you know, roughly a kill a round. Now, the game is still young, right? This is a really good game so far. 10-5 is a great score line. So nothing too much to worry about. We'll take a look again at the end of the game and see where we are stat-wise. But stats don't always tell the full story, right? And what's really important to remember here is that a lot of the value that this Jett has created is through his ability to create space and take away the positioning of the enemy team while allowing his team to get into positions. One of the most core roles of a Duelist. So he's been doing a great job in that department, and it has actually had some very nice kills. Remember, I also should say this. The value of all kills are not created equal, okay? Certain kills have a much higher value. A very nice headshot onto that chamber. Very crisp, clean lock. Right there on the Viper, though, looks like the micro adjustments actually get you killed. Let's go back one more time. Watch that chamber kill. Beautiful. Let's see what we can see here. Decent crosshair placement, and I believe what happened was the Viper peaked at such a the small amount of movement. So you essentially had your crosshair a little bit too wide. The Viper takes a shot. I think she just then slightly strafes, and that counter strafe is all it took to throw off your shot there, and she is able to kill you. Otherwise, things were looking really good there. I'm gonna go 4 stars on, no, I'm gonna go 3 stars in that round there. Yes, you get the chamber, which is great, but you have to be able to follow that up with a little bit more there. You can't just be trading out your kills 1 for 1. All right, guys, one thing we haven't really seen yet is ultimates. Where have our Jett knives been? So let's take a look here. Let's see what the play is with the Jett knives. Very nice headshot onto the Viper. You can't ask for anything better. Oh, okay. Good recovery. A really good recovery here from our Jett, because that was looking pretty ugly. Had he died there to that chamber, this would have been a 1-star round. That was a huge kill, because listen, you instantly kill the bomb carrier and then you kill a player with ult as well. Yes, it's a 1-for-1 trade because your teammate died, but so much value created in this round. Listen, if you guys want tips for knives, please use your knives on the eco rounds. Super, super useful, but be aggressive when enemies are firing. Listen, if you know an enemy is isolated, you want to go all in on them if they're fighting somebody else, because the time to kill with knives is so fast, and the angles you're able to take because of, you know, being able to fly in the air, dash, and all that kind of stuff, you win those fights like 9 out of 10 times. So you want to get aggressive with your knives when a player is isolated and fighting somebody else. So it was a great trade there. Let's see what the rest of this round looks like. Obviously, 2 kills so far. KO is flanking through mid, so that tells us that this team is positioned towards B right now. My guess is there's going to be 1 towards mid and 2 B main. But let's take a look here and see. They definitely could have gone through the elbow. Oh, it looks like they might. Nope. There is the spike plant. So we know one is on site, one mid. We could hear that. Very nice headshot, good strafe back, and a nice kill from your teammate onto the planting Sova there. A great round for you. 5 stars, absolutely. Remember what I said. Really, really nice early kill. Good adjustment. Good job slowing down and finding the kill on the chamber. And then at the end there, what do? Play with the information you have. Trade out that death. Beautiful. 5 stars. Round number, what is this? 18. KO, early information on the Jett and chamber in a main. And I love this position. A very aggressive position, but if you're able to get a kill here, it's going to be huge. Oh no, that is not what we want to do. Okay, let's go back and let's take a look at this. What should we have done here? Right, what's the right play? Do we shoot Lear? Do we not do anything? What's the right play? All right, you guys can leave a comment because even I'm having to think about this. Honestly, I swing that corner maybe. I think as soon as I see the Lear, if I'm being honest, I think I swing the corner and try to get a kill because I don't think there's a good option there. I think you try to get a kill and dash somewhere because if you just stay in the corner, what happens is going to happen no matter what, right? But if you get aggressive, when you guys see a Lear coming, remember there is that split second where you can make a play off of it. Go for those plays sometimes. It makes a big difference. So in this round, I'm gonna go 2 stars. I can't penalize you too heavily for that because I think shooting the Lear there, you would have died as well. But I think the only play I can think of that actually works is going aggressive and trying to get a kill out of that. All right, so next round starting here. Looks like 2 of your teammates gonna push in. If they're pushing in, I probably would have pushed in with them a little bit just to help them. Early pressure on B. And because you guys are on what looks like a light buy, I would just go run over to B and help your teammates. I mean, go faster on this rotate, right? Why not? What do you have to lose? You know what I mean? This is one thing that kind of bugs me a bit when I see this in my VOD reviews because at the end of the day, like, you're sitting on a site with a sheriff. You know that there's players on the other side. You haven't heard anything. Your team is pushed up already. Go for the quick rotate. Don't just sit around and wait. Go find that action on these rounds. Remember, these are the rounds where you want to make something happen. You've got very little to lose. You've invested in a sheriff. Go find some kills. Now let's take a look. Can we get another kill out of this round? It doesn't look like it. And most likely we'll just end there. So I'm going to go 2 stars in this round, regardless of what happens. I think in this round, you want to be faster on your rotate 100%. By the way, that last round, he did not get a kill with the sheriff, just so we know. I know I ended it quickly. All right, so moving around 20 now. 11-8. This game has kind of taken a turn for the worse. It's getting a little bit too close for comfort, right? You start a game off 9-0. You don't love when the other team goes 8-3 in the rest of those rounds, but definitely still winnable. A delayed peek here. Oh, but a really bad outcome. Oh, no. That is about as bad as that could have gone. Let's talk about this. Delayed peaks. So good. So good. Because if you delay your peak like that, yes, a teammate dies for it, right? But the other team has no idea he's here. Watch him turn this corner. I have to pause this. I have to. Guys. If he had an aimbot, that's 4 kills, and they don't even know I hit him. But he doesn't have an aimbot. So, you know, problems with target acquisition there. Probably couldn't choose who to shoot. Does end up getting the Viper, and then immediately re-peaks. Killing the Viper, dashing, good. But do not re-peak. Do not re-peak that. Stay alive, play your life, play around your teammates. I think you hard through right there. I think that was the first round I truly feel like you've thrown. I think all you had to do was get your kill and live on site and create pressure. Remember, guys, staying alive creates so much value. So in this round, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go 2 stars. Really nice delayed peek. Good job getting a kill, but then you cannot die next. You can't die there in that situation. Round 21, actually going to be anchoring B solo here. You know, one thing I will say is I'm surprised we haven't seen him play in mid yet. I do really like Jetts in mid, especially with the ability to get aggressive off of all those crazy angles and then dash away. Love that. Now here, a slightly earlier rotate, which I think is good. Very dangerous rotate, right? Just kind of sprinting through mid. But with just a judge, it's kind of a risk you can take. Looks like the team, again, on a light buy, saving for next. Let's see what the play is here. Viper gonna find a kill. Another player spotted. Remember, guys, check your mini maps. Oh, but the chamber able to sneak through there. I think this is a game sense mistake here. I think that if I am playing in a 3v3, I'm going to assume someone is in this little snake hallway over here to my right, and you know where orb is, I don't think I just walked past that. I think I cleared that to some degree there. And you kind of might have tunnel visioned a bit, noticed there was another player, and be like, oh, I'm just gonna go for this guy deeper in the cave. In reality, you should have cleared where the orb is, because chances are a player was gonna be there after you had just walked through mid for free. So a bit of a misplay by you. I'm gonna go 2 stars though on that round. A great win by your team though. All right, guys, match point. I bet you all thought this was going to come a lot sooner in the VOD. If you're still sticking around, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. So, early Sova Dart here. Player goes down. It looks like up 1 already. And a good split. Take a look at the setup. Reyna on site. Chamber checking mid. KO looking elbow. And the Viper and our Jett here playing on B together. Now, Jett is playing very passively. If the Viper is playing aggressively, this doesn't make sense to me, right? If your Viper is peeking, you want to peek too. Now, it looks like she might have just been playing behind box. Right here, your distraction potentially got that Viper the kill. I don't know for sure, but it might have been just enough. Now, you did dash left, so they probably would have looked left as well, potentially. We don't know for sure. But a nice job there getting some information, right? Again, this is something you can do with the current Jett. Now, it's going to be a little bit different with the new Jett after the changes, but being able to jump, get information, and immediately dash upon the info if it wasn't safe. Very nice job there. 5v3 here. All we really have to do, guys, is just trade out kills. Everyone play a little bit safe. And this game, my friends, is in the bags. 4v2 now. Player dies on site. You're going to come in here a little bit later. And the final player is in the cave, and your Viper going to take him out. A nice win here, 13-9, able to put this game away. A lot of really positive things to say. Not so much negative, but I do have some things I want to tell you in the summary. Let's head into that. Okay, guys, let's go into the VOD review summary. So obviously, a really nice 13-9 win here, and the game did go a little bit south there when we switched over to defense, but overall, a nice job. And I think that there's a few things I want to talk about. Now, first and foremost, let's get the title and everything out of the way. You asked me, you know, what do I think? What can I help you with here? You've just deranked. You've lost a lot of games in a row, and you've gone down from Immortal, right? It sucks. But I think what's really important to remember is what I said earlier in this VOD review. If you guys are deranking, make sure you're taking breaks. Make sure you're not tilting yourself, and make sure that you are not playing out of your comfort zone. Those are the biggest things that, in my opinion, cause losing streaks. Now, outside of that, the rest truly is not in your control. You're going to get bad teammates sometimes. You're going to play against amazing players. Losses happen. It's all mindset. It really is. You need to understand your rank is going to fluctuate. You might win 3 games now, lose 3 games later, lose 5 games later, and then suddenly you're going to win 8 games, and you're not even going to think about it because your RR is going to have gone up. Generally speaking, we focus too much on our losses. We focus too much on losing our ranked rating, and suddenly, man, I'm on a losing streak. In reality, it's bound to happen. It happens to all of us, right? And you just have to learn to play through it, but make sure you're not making any of those very simple, but also very critical mistakes that I have been talking about. Now, in terms of the VOD, I think that one thing that really stood out to me is you have really great entry sort of playstyle. That really aggressive playstyle of getting picks, creating space off of that, playing fast, really like that. That's something I hope you continue to do, continue to develop. Now, the only thing I will say though is there was one entry where it looked like you went in, I believe, what was it? I think it was A site. You dove in through your smoke and you kind of looked towards a Viper who died, but your positioning was really poor and you were just open to every angle. So that's all I would say. Be very careful with how you position yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is I think something you can improve on a little bit. It's just your dash usage and sort of the opportunity and where you end up dashing. Some of the times when you dashed, it felt like you weren't ending up in the greatest spot. There were some other opportunities. That is very nitpicky of me to say though, but something you might want to look to. Another thing, it looks like you might be a bit slow on rotates. Hard to tell during this game just because of how it went, but that is also something you might want to think about. Super important at the high ranks to make sure you're rotating properly and fast enough because of how fast some of these fights can take place. place. The last piece of advice I have for you is make sure you value your life. I know you're playing Jett. I know you play a great entry, but on defense, you have to stay alive when you can, and you can't just keep re-peeking things. There was one round in particular towards the end that I talked about. That's something I hope you're not doing often, and if you do that often, that honestly could be a reason you're losing games. Please make sure you're valuing your life. It's so important. Once you get a kill, don't immediately re-peek, especially on low HP. With that being said, overall, I think this is a great VOD. We saw some really good crosshair placement, some really good Jett entry playstyle, and honestly, just really enjoyed watching this. Thanks so much for submitting it. Hope everyone learned something, and I will see you next time. Take it easy, and peace.